am not usually a thrill seeker, but I do enjoy a dose of exhilaration here and there, especially when it is a new experience. Passion is what I seek, and I know that I will only know what is for me after trying something new. After the first quarter of my marriage, when I was able to breathe a little more, I told my ex I wanted to have new experiences. Skydiving was on my list. I was curious about it. I knew I loved the feeling of flying and wondered if this was something I would be able to tolerate, so I scheduled it. Upon arriving to San Diego, I remember the consent form and the unique language on the waiver, the small print that people probably don't read. It didn't bother me. Death was nothing I feared. I signed away. I kept watching, listening to side conversations, paying attention to the lessons we were being taught, how to hold on to our tandem partner, what to do when, and how to land. My eyes and ears were on alert. I remember the plane ride up. I love flying. I remember the fall and my mind still processing. As I landed, I smiled, knowing I had done it, but was disappointed. Where was the rush, the exhilaration, the high that people talked about? I wondered in silence and pretended it was great, so we drove back home. The following year, I wanted to try again. I was determined to figure out why I hadn't experienced the adrenaline rush that everyone talked about. My ex didn't come with us that time. It was just my friend and I. I drove because I like to drive long distances. I was excited that I had a friend this time, that I would fly up in that plane with someone I knew. But once again, I was disappointed. No adrenaline rush, no exhilaration, no high. What was wrong with me, I wondered. After a while of landing and as we were taking off our gear, I noticed a subtle change in my body. I was shaking and I didn't know why. The shakiness scared me because I realized in that moment that I was not going to be able to drive us back home. I whispered to my friend that I wasn't feeling good and I was shaking and didn't know why. He saw me and helped me into the car and said that it was okay. He would drive us back. Still trying to process what was happening, my mind was going through the puzzle pieces, the distinct difference between the first experience and this one. My third fall didn't happen until much later. Third time's a charm, I said to myself. I wondered what this experience would be like. As we made the preparations for this trip, it was significantly different than the previous two. And this time, the scenery was different. It was overlooking the ocean, still in San Diego, and around the time of sunset. As the plane got ready to take off, I felt it. The slight shift in my heart. The adrenaline pumping through and managing to reach my fingers and toes. This fall, I remember clearly. The colors in the sky as the sun was setting, the ocean below me, and the tiny homes along the coast seeming so small compared to where I was, but also knowing that this was just a lick of what the whole world encompasses. I felt insignificantly small, but powerful and humbled all at the same time. Speechless by the beauty all around me and the gift that I had given to myself to be able to travel up so high, to watch all of this as I fell from the sky. I couldn't help but smile. What a breathtaking sight. I continued to smile and then I felt it, when we stopped falling and just glided the rest of the way. The glistening tears on the side of my cheek and the pure joy of this moment. My tandem allowed me to maneuver the subtle wings of what was saving us from falling again. The ability to turn and take control over my experience for a brief moment felt empowering. Success! This fall was it, the one that woke my heart. But the title of this video says that I fell 4 times. I did. The last one I scheduled after I had left my marriage. I scheduled it with my mom and my sister. We were all in the process of jumping into a new chapter of our lives, and so this last fall was symbolic. I remember this one too. The excitement as we drove there, the adrenaline rush as we flew up, and the emotional release as we fell from the sky. I was there with my loved ones. It was fun and more symbolic than anything else because I was getting ready to jump into the unknown. Mind, body, heart. It took me 3 times to experience and unlock the different parts of me. And it took this last time to feel the momentum of life in all of its sweetness as I fell from the sky and into the unknown, unknowingly at the start of my becoming 3 into 1. I had awakened. My name is Yubi, and this is my transformed truth. You are watching You Becoming Healed, where I model and teach you how to own and transform your truth for healing. Until next time. Don't forget to join our weekly Q&A groups to ask your questions and learn how to better navigate your healing journey. Just to recap, we have the Dream Decoders group on Mondays, the Balanced Healing group on Wednesdays, and the Body Experts group on Fridays. Can't decide which one to join? No problem. Consider our core membership option, which gives you access to all 3. All 3 groups start at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The links are found in the description box below. See you there!